Yes, welcome back to another episode of DUD SPUD. I'm Maniacal Mac.
I'm Hibbs.
And Hibbs, we did watch one trailer, right? Which, I tell you what, let's not say nothing, keep it as a surprise. We nearly went for, but then we thought our first episode was a classic with Bozzy Bosworth. We got to bring him back out of retirement, haven't we, bro?
Yeah.
So what are we going for today?
We're going for back in business, so Bozzy back in business, basically.
Came out in 97?
Yeah. So, and there was a hard decision because there was other trailer we watched. Not to say too much, like you say, but like a bit of a Turkish theme to that one, but
a bit. 100%.
There's more than that, yeah. It's completely Turkish, but no, we're gonna do that another time.
Yeah,
but we are gonna bring back Bosworth today. So
I think it felt right, didn't it? Bringing back Bozzy.
Yeah, the love of Bosworth.
It's done more than 10 episodes, so it's only right we bring him back.
So watching the trailer, it looks quite mad. A lot of action. So yeah, looking forward to this one.
And what we should note, apparently, when this was in production, this was originally, from what I've read up, whether it's true or not, this was going to be a sequel to Stone Cold, and Stone Cold is best film ever. So I don't know if it's the same director or writer. I probably should have checked it out, but it's touted, they say, as a sequel to Stone Cold. I don't think officially was, but if it was meant to be, it should be good, as I'm saying. If it was meant to be a sequel to Stone Cold, then everyone should be cocained up and crazy.
Yeah. But as we were discussing just before starting the episode, we say like the one guy is like named Joe Huff in
Joe Huff in Stone Cold, and then it says Joe Escalo or something.
Oh, Joe something else.
Yeah, but his surname's different. So
yeah, it's different.
It makes sense. Maybe it was, but anyway, we've seen a trailer. That's all we know about it. Apparently, it's a sequel to Stone Cold. Whether it officially is, we won't know till we watch it. But should we give it a go?
Yeah.
Time for some Bozzy action, baby. Be back with you soon. Okay, fucking Bozzy Bosworth. Brian Bosworth, we've seen how much we big him up and everything, don't we, bro? Because we do love Bosworth, but fucking hell. Right.
We got another one in the works, and it better not be like that, Boz. I'm telling you.
Let's just give them a little spoiler pre-warning. Let's give our reaction as the credits rolled up. But tell me rewatching it, how do we react, Hibbs? I need to go and get sick. That was my reaction. And then
I just had this
so
weird face, like what just happened?
Okay.
Like what the fuck did I just watch?
Keep in mind, Brian Bosworth film.
I don't give too much away. Might be a spud, you never know. But this film so far is just like, as a story, is just said nothing to me. I'm like, I mean, you hung out with a guy, you both went rogue, you had some drugs on a boat, cops let you like kill people.
Bosworth fucking hugged the girl and didn't do nothing more than that.
Yeah, like I mean, So anyway,
Bill, can I just say one more time? This is a Brian Bosworth film, right? So it opens up with like what looks like a Dodge Viper, and we're like, okay, cool. There's a guy trying to ring another dude, and we were like, could that be a pimp he's trying to ring? Because he's got like a watch and stuff, isn't he? At first, we're like, what's going on here? Trying to ring some dude, can't get in touch with him on his phone. Turns out that's one of our main characters. He's trying to ring. He was just a little player and whatever. Not much to really go on about there.
How are you remembering this?
Because as the film was ending, bro, I was like, I just gotta fucking get it some head. Basically, there's not much to explain. Usually I forget about films, but so far I'm like, no, I could sum this up in about 4 minutes. Like, no, about fucking 10 seconds. 20 seconds.
I mean, Brian James has done fuck all in it. That was like, so, I said that to you though.
So that happens, right? Introduces Bosworth because he's a mechanic, right? And this is where we realise...
Oh yeah, I remember that.
This is where we realise there's absolutely no way this is a true sequel to Stone Cold. They're definitely rumours. It's bullshit, right? They said this is a sequel to Stone Cold. No way. His character's completely different. His character's a klutz.
Yeah,
he's like,
he was weird. He was like
really reserved.
I don't know, kind of
super reserved.
Gimpy, like you.
Gimpy, yeah. He's very like geeky and just like.
It was your classic action man, but then as we found out, classic action.
So they introduce him, doesn't he?
They introduce him like as a mechanic. And he's having this like therapy, so maybe that's what it is. We're thinking, well, maybe he's on some sort of like medication. Maybe it's just something wrong with him, like but he's pretty much like that a lot of the time anyway,
One of them, yeah.
unfortunately. But yeah, he's starting on him,
If I
bro.
give you a banana, would you finish the job?
You know,
I want my car.
why would you say that to Bozzy? Why would you say that to Bozzy? You're mental.
Why would you say that to any mechanic? You just gonna
Yeah,
fuck
but
you.
Bozzy especially, bro.
They're just gonna fuck you or fuck your car up, whichever they do best.
Here we go. You called it.
He's gonna smash his car.
Yeah,
Probably.
in the car, bro. Yes, Bozzy. Yes, bro. 3 times 4. Like once was enough, surely. No. To be fair, I'm fully on Bozzy's side here. This guy was a prick.
I bet he's just gonna get the keys and go, here we go. Here's your car.
Is that good enough for you?
Well, I'll come back later. You know, you let me know when it's finished and take your time.
No, he's just turned.
An hour. Yeah, an hour. Okay.
Like, he's just fucked your car up beyond fucking belief, like.
I want to show them a scene when he comes back and he charges him for the broken
Yes.
windows.
Oh, would you question Bozzy if he did that? Be like,
That's what I want to see happen, though. Yeah.
I feel great. I mean, I don't know how to say it any other way than
He's taking a bit back.
I feel great.
Press out
I
there.
mean, for the first time, I took all that hostility and I channeled it and I controlled it.
Controlled it.
What we've been talking about.
Who's he speaking to? His therapist.
you know, on the air.
I want the air.
Well, because we were saying like,
anyway.
oh, he's a mechanic. Then let me guess, like, you know, he lived an older life of being a badass. He's calmed down now, trying to live a normal life of a mechanic. It's all an act. We were giving Bozzy a chance here. It's all an act, man. He's gonna act geeky and that. But then, like, you know, when shit kicks off, he's gonna, you know, fucking didn't happen. So then, really, he ends up meeting up with a dude. Like in the beginning, he was trying to ring him, which is Tony, which is our other dude besides Bozzy. That's our other main guy with him. So they end up meeting. They used to be partners, didn't they? Basically, used to be police partners. Bozzy's retired.
Tony, yeah.
Bozzy's retired. Tony's still in the game, but he's also on the side now, doing corrupt deals. So he's not really a fully good guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they are after that. So like ex-cops, which are like.
Well, Tony's
Dealing
still
with
in the
drugs and
game,
money
and
and
Bozzy's
stuff,
an ex-cop,
yeah.
and that's why he's mechanic, yeah.
But you've also got like a corrupt cop in it, which is Brian James.
Yeah,
So,
because you mentioned him.
Yeah, he was quite big in the 80s, so he's been in like, well, I suppose that if anything, what people would know, the biggest movies he's been in is 48 Hours and another 48 Hours. He played Ben Keogh in those, the side cop to Nick Nolte, the one with Eddie Murphy. Oh my god, Brian James is in it. He's a legend, bro.
Why do I know that name?
Because he's in loads of 80s movies. He's in like 48 Hours, another 48 Hours. He's the remember actually I said the guy looked like him in a I can't remember what film it was. Might be last time, but
Yeah, that was the guy
I
you
want
meant.
about. That's the guy I
Right,
want about, I think.
okay.
He's in loads of
So they kind of introduced
Yeah.
him a bit earlier, like kind of, is this corrupt like copper guy, you know he's like going to be a bit of a bad guy. They don't show too much until later in the film with him like acting out. The next only noticeable scene I can think is when Tony introduces Bozzy to the bird. Or this like she's a mechanic as well. And we have that little funny scene where as soon as they like, you know, meet up, they're like, cool. He ends up going there to help her out on a boat. He literally gets a spanner and goes, ties a nut twice, and the engine works. And she's supposed to be a mechanic herself. He ties a nut twice. I could have fucking done what Bozzy does. And then they fucking go in. So they have this little date then. They're like getting on, have a date. They're being all comfortable. And then that thing that like traumatized me within the first fucking 10 minutes of them, Bozzy just goes, oh yeah, I'm seeing a therapist. And then I got traumatized, and I boo, because then I had that moment in my life which you explained kindly, which I can play.
Basically,
Pass it back in business on Ricky.
Hey, check this out, boo. Bozzy being a ladies' man.
Give it a try.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's check out Bozzy flirting, bro. Let's see if he fucks this up.
All right.
Wow. What do I owe you?
Are you
Love
serious?
a beer?
He literally just fucking
the last one I
screwed
had.
one nut for fucking 4 seconds. Bro,
Actually, I've got two.
he literally screwed a nut and
Sure,
made
just
everything
give us time to
work.
clean up. Well,
Maybe it was just
And
after.
now she's all happy and thankful.
Maybe it was just like, you know, now.
It's a rude, bro. She's acting like a damsel in distress. She knows what she's doing. Look at this, oh, bro. She's all dressed down now, like an old child.
Right. You know, I'm in therapy.
Really? With who?
Where does that come from? Like, I'm in therapy.
Right, Hibbs, I just had
Me too.
Bro, I had such a traumatic fucking flashback. Remember that story I told you about?
She's amazing.
I'm sure it was you I rang on the date. When I was either you
She's
or
always talking about the
Paul, I
most
can't
interesting
remember,
things.
where I met up with a girl and within...
Yeah,
It was you.
Joe, you don't use
Well,
your real name.
I don't know if you rang me, but you definitely told me that
You're not Mr.
you
Briefcase.
met with a girl,
And
and then
you're
the
not
next
Mr.
day
Software.
she was like, "Oh, no, you met with her." Sorry, she told you on the first day
Blue
she was
Wrench.
in like some
You're
sort of
Mr.
Within
therapy.
10 minutes
Yeah,
of meeting
you
the
thought,
boss.
like, you know, forget about that.
10 minutes, bro.
Yeah, within 10 minutes.
Within 10 minutes,
Yeah.
you willingly told me.
Yeah,
And then, like...
basically,
This is
she wanted to come and see you the next day, and she was going like crazy and stuff. And then didn't she like put some bullshit or something on social, like Facebook or something?
And my ex-girlfriend texted
Yeah.
me going, you should go online, there's something you should see. And
Yeah,
I said,
like-
why is my...
And you went on one date with her, and she was like,
you know, because just
Yeah,
fucking can be so
mental.
fucking disappointing, you know.
Yeah. I can't... Bozzy, man.
You're
Bosworth
shocked.
just
Listen,
brought
don't
up a
be-
traumatic
don't even
experience for me,
respond. I
bro.
was just
Really
like, you
bad.
know, acting out.
I love
That's all.
Bozzy, but man, you just fucking reached into my fucking darker side of my
Yeah, I
soul
mean,
there, son.
My
Fuck me.
therapist told me that I
But then he was like, Bozzy, why are you doing this, bro? Why are you telling a woman in the first 10 minutes, oh, I'm seeing a therapist? Like, no, be honest and all that. But bro, the way it came out of the blue, and then she goes, so am I. And then it just like, oh my god, they're both in therapy. Like, this
yeah,
is
it
just...
sounds very toxic. So,
It was just like, it was a disaster waiting to happen.
but you know, but then at this point we're thinking, right, it's gonna warm up soon. It's gonna warm up. Like, what was going? It was like a drama. Like we thinking we're gonna watch some action movie.
Yeah, because at
There's
that
some
scene,
drama
right?
going on.
So-
So the women is the thing about therapy, or him and his partner guy he was working with for a while, they're having like, you know, dealing with their issues or something. Like, it's like
was
really weird.
later
Yeah.
on as well. Like, but,
Yeah.
but this scene, right, it's a fucking hilarious cut, right? So he's sitting with her, like, you know, getting all like suave, even though he just goes, yeah, I'm seeing a therapy, me too, and it's like, well, good for you for getting on with that, cool. I can tell I've experienced red flag galore. Don't do it. Don't do it if you just want to keep your sanity. That's all I can say. But it cuts then to them in bed, spooning, fully clothed. Okay, we're going to get on with it. So then he just gets on the deck then. He just goes up to the deck where Tony is and he's like, yo, what's happening? Where have you two been, kind of thing? And then she comes up and gives him a little kiss on. And he's like, hey, what's going on with all that? But I was like, Bozzy, bro, what is going on? Like, in Stone Cold, if this is Stone Cold, you would have nailed her, mate. There would be no, like, little spooning. So, minus 1,000,000 points to Bozzy on this, bro. Just for the fact he was spooning the woman fully dressed. I can't respect that in a 1997 action film. In a 1997 action film? Unacceptable to me, man. But fucking hell, like. Oh, look at this, bro. They're snuggled up. They're snuggled up. Are you fucking... No. Bozzy. But,
Well, I'm surprised normally because they usually do some irrelevant
this is what I mean, like...
sex scene in these kind of films. But I don't know, was it that action movie to say? It was like, it felt like some weird drama because there was only a couple of bits of
Yeah,
action where the boat exploded. That was quite...
So they end up going
Yeah,
on deck, innit? And they have that little, like, back and forth where, oh, you're seeing
Yeah.
her, blah, blah. That's bullshit again. And then that's the moment when he goes, oh, why have you got, like, 2 million... Well, you've got 2 kilos of heroin here. And he goes, how much is this worth? I don't know, 8, 10 million? It's like, 8 and 10 million, don't get me wrong, 8 million's nice, 10 million's nice. 2 million is a fucking difference there. You should know if it's worth 8 or 10 million. He's literally casual, it's worth about 8 to 10 million, I don't know. So if a dealer comes up to him and goes, 8 million, yeah, go on. Whereas another guy could be like 10 million, go on. You would go with that guy, but he don't give a fuck about that.
I would say that's a bit crazy, right? You know, from... So when I'm saying, like, personally, I don't know any, like, major millionaire drug dealers, but from what I've, like, watched on TV and things like that, to get where they've got to, if they're in that kind of, like, you know, level where they're earning millions, they'd be pretty good at keeping on top of their numbers. I'm not being funny, like, you're not just going to be casually...
Basically, if you're...
Yeah, big in a game, so I'll just casually say whatever number.
If you're
Yeah.
selling that amount of worth of heroin, you're going to know to the exact fucking sprinkle how much it's worth, like.
You wouldn't have got that level otherwise if you did that casual.
But he's casual whatever
Yeah.
about it, and then you find out what he done is he got that from a lockup, so then that's why fucking Bozzy's like, aren't you gonna get caught? And he's like, no, I don't give a fuck, I'll be fine. So at this stage when they're doing a deal, Bozzy then goes back in with a woman now, and she's in, out of nowhere he's got a machine gun. And then a woman's with him, and you're thinking, so you're putting this woman in danger completely unnecessarily. Great. Bossy's down there. These two people then, like they look like seals. They come behind the boat while the people are coming in front to do the deal with them. So they're talking about the deal and all that. Is anyone else in the boat? No, it's all cool, man, all that bullshit. Do you want to check the money? And he even goes, nah, it's cool. You take the thing, like, just don't give a fuck. So then you see people come up out of nowhere, walk past the window where Bozzy is, and the woman's the one who notices. And you're like, hold on, Bosworth's supposed to be the badass guy who should be all aware. He's like that and don't notice him in his peripheral vision. And the woman goes, oh, there's people here. And he's like, oh, shit. Are you seriously just gonna shoot? I mean...
I won't be offended if you wish to count it.
Be offended if you count it? I trust you.
Like the people coming from back here as well?
It's okay.
Bosworth! She's noticing them before you.
They know him first.
Bro,
Better stay here.
Sure.
do you think his medication his therapist has given him has just made him completely lose, like, self-awareness and all that?
Don't know. Could be some sort of like
Because
setup like that.
didn't notice two people clearly walking by in the next to him. What's going on with Bozzy in this film, bro? At
You
that
say when
point,
they're shooting everyone, yeah.
yeah, and then they start shooting. It's like a three-way war, because we're confused at first, like, who's fighting who. Bozzy comes out and shoots the seals. The seals get shot, and then the other people are like to Tony, oh, fuck you, you're so fucked up. He's hiding. They fuck off then, on the boat. The fucking, what's that guy's name with the white hair? Him and it, all them...
Brown James.
All them guys,
Cop.
they all, like, fuck
Yeah.
off on the boat. And then more seals come, and then Bozzy at one point, I couldn't make sense if the cut was right. But it looks like he sees a seal and he goes, shit, and he don't shoot him, I might be wrong. But he goes, oh fuck, and like slips or something, and then the seal just disappears. I might be wrong, I don't know if he does shoot him. But then they decide to get off on the boat, because someone shoots a rocket launch, or they're going to shoot a rocket, the boat's on fire at first, and they're about to shoot a rocket launcher at it. So they're on the boat, and then the guy goes, oh shit, the money. Tony comes back swimming, and instead of Bozzy coming back on the boat, he just kind of hangs there, watches his mate swim back to the boat. The guy, then Tony gets on the boat, gets the money, and then he's going to, like, go, jump, dives off, and as I call it, he's going to be fine. They shoot the rocket launcher, the boat blows up, and then Bozzy's like, oh no, he's dead. It's like, no, he dived off.
Come on.
That was a wicked fucking effect, man. The actual top of the head went. What the fuck? Why is Bozzy shooting at them? Is it, oh, them guys shot the other guys. So, them seals who turned up, yeah?
Well, let's get to business.
They were just all shooting each other.
So they shot the seals, and then them two turned on them. So I think the seals were on their side, and then when they shot the seals, they attacked them. They were gonna sabotage them, like ambush them, but it fucked up. Oh, look at
Nice
this!
piece of fucking cake, man. I thought you weren't bringing back.
I ain't bringing no fucking back up.
Well, who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is that?
Oh shit! Yeah, it's nothing to do with them, bro. Look, it's just like a three-way war.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were all shooting each other. Yeah.
What the fuck?
The party's leaving the ship, so if you want to come in.
I wish you had said that last night.
Just come out and get in the way of
So casual.
like fire and like someone's shooting you.
The party's leaving the ship. It's so casual, like.
Yeah, it's not time to be casual now. Is it?
Get the barriers off there.
Did they even kill that one guy they saw there? I thought he just like got scared by it.
The money.
Fuck the money, hey!
Fuck the money. Yeah, he remembers like shit the money.
Oh my god.
Like that is a lot of money to leave, to be fair.
True, but
You know, you like dumbass and not
the
picking it
boat's
up.
on fire.
when he
It's
was-
gonna probably gonna explode. Oh, it does, I think.
Well, did the other
Well-
people take it? Didn't the other people just take it
Yeah.
anyway?
I'm pretty sure that boat's gonna explode, so you need to hurry up.
Well, the money's gonna get wet as fuck. Don't jump in the water with that. It's gonna get wet.
Okay, now it's gonna explode because they shot at it.
Yeah. He's got to wait. He's jumped off in time, and this being a 90s action film, he'll survive it. He'll live from it. But then all the money's going to be wet as fuck. So yeah, you can dry it out, I guess.
He's lost it again.
You know, you're going to have like just a fucking sack of wet money. It's all going to be sogging together. Why don't you just drive towards him? Why are you swimming? What? Why don't you just drive a bit closer?
He's not alive.
Okay.
Tony!
Yeah, Tony's fine, mate. He's not dead.
Nah, I don't know if I don't think he...
Let's say show him die on these films on camera, they're never dead, bro. They're never dead. They never showed him die. He jumped off the boat as Bazooka went in, he'll turn up later. Guaranteed.
But this is how confusing the film was, and I just felt like there was a whole movie was so confusing, like, you know, and the fact that you know, Mackie called that he died, I was like so confused about where he was going. I was like, nah, he must be dead. Although I didn't actually understand half the shit what was going on in this movie because it was so confusing. I kept losing concentration because it just wasn't action. It wasn't. It's just like you don't want to film. You watch a film, it's supposed to give me a good, like a really good film in the 90s. Like, you know, I don't know, Die Hard 1, right? The first movie I watched that, right? It just grabs you. It's got direction, you know, and it's like. It's the furthest away from that you could ever think in your life. Like, you know, it's just, you don't know what's going on. You don't know.
It's just like, for an action film, there's not much action going on there. Because we just explained that scene with the rocket launchers. You might be thinking, whoa, cool. And that scene was alright, don't get me wrong. But that's when they called it, like, you know, you'll get out of it. That happens. And then, like, after that then, that's it. Because they kind of try and lock Bosworth up then, don't they? And then they take him into the police sort of thing and say, oh, you know, how were you involved in this? And he's like, I'm not. Tony's my friend. I had no idea about nothing. Oh, they all think Tony's dead. And then some random dude comes in, FBI agent, going, someone's on the payroll or whatever's let you off, Bozzy. Who's let me off? Who's let me off? And he walks out. It turns out to be fucking Brian, and I can't remember his name, the white hair guy again.
Brian James.
Brian James, something to do with him. So then they get Bozzy out of fucking prison, put him in the back of a limo, the budget limo. Remember the budget limo?
The budget limo, yeah. So it was definitely meant to be a limousine. I was looking at it, actually considering it first. Is it meant to be a limousine? And I think it was. I believe that it was. But it was really like...
Just an extended, like, just like fucking 4-seater.
It was basically like your Citroen C4 version of a limousine, like. It was like...
Outside of a police station.
Is that a
like
poor-man's limo?
Yeah, it's not the best limo.
That's so funny.
Like, it's don't get me wrong, it's alright, but yeah, like...
Yeah, but look, they normally, like, you see a proper
I know.
with their long, bro, like, that's a budget limo,
It
that
is.
What can I say?
So, they make you go in a limo, and then, like, all of a sudden, then he starts fighting them in the limo, because they're arguing about whatever.
The one guy's got a gun on him, hasn't he? And then he ends up, like, fucking... Like, doing him.
He's just like kicking him
Picks the other guy opposite him in the face. He shoots a
and
driver.
He jumps out the limo. Like, he's fought one, kicked him. He jumps out the limo, whatever it is, going like 30, 40 miles an hour. Don't know why, because he's already beaten everyone.
He's already overpowering him and he jumps out the limo.
Except I hope to be an orphan real soon.
He's fighting him, he's gone for this.
Oh, driver's gone. Ah!
Nice.
I love the sound effect. Fucking you mentalist!
Why would you?
Bozzy does some of the craziest shit sometimes.
That would have hurt, man.
Right, thumbs up, Bozzy, you're doing what I like you do. You do crazy shit like this.
That would have hurt.
Bozzy's fine, bro.
No problem.
Exactly, he's fine. He's running away instead of fighting. He was having a better of him as well, like. He could have took the gun off him, shot them both, and then failed, but no. So then he starts running off in the industrial thing, and the guy runs after him, and that's when we got the scene when they're in the industrial estate then, and he's running after, and he's right
Not
behind
funny,
him.
No, he would have broke your collarbone doing that.
Right, he's right behind him, literally about 3 foot away, shooting like that, and he somehow misses him. So they're running up these stairs, and there's many a times you could just pull out his gun and shoot Bozzy in the back, and he's trying to kill him, but he don't.
Oh, that guy just chasing
and then
him,
so they run up, and then when they get on the top, remember, you called it, because you're on top of the bridge thing, and you're like, oh, one of them's going over there because it's quite a drop, and you're like, well, it's not going to be Bozzy, it's going to be the other guy, because if you drop from there, you're dead.
And
So
if he does, he
Bozzy
definitely survive, yeah.
knocks the guy over, and being Bozzy in this film, being an idiot he is, goes over with him. So then one guy falls over, lands on a car and dies, and then Bozzy happens to land on the back of a fucking truck that's padded with these 2 Mexicans on the top who are drinking beer. And as he lands, like, oh fuck, the guy goes, beer? Which was quite cheesy and funny, and I appreciate that. There weren't enough of that in the film. But it was like, really, realistically, with a drop, like you called, Bozzy would have, like, fucked
Come
up.
on.
Them guys would have bounced off. It would have been hell, but
It
no.
would have been absolute carnage, bro, that bit.
But-
It would have been absolute carnage.
Well, you could shoot him from there.
Yeah, he just hid on the corner and jumped in.
How did he miss him? How did he miss him? He directly shot in a line perfectly behind him.
You could see he was looking for
What's
the
he
right.
missing? That's like Laurel and Hardy.
I definitely end up running into
That was like a
bar.
Laurel and Hardy.
I know, I definitely end up running into one of the bars.
Look at this.
How can you not shoot from there?
Perfect line of sight on him.
I went bam, 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 bam.
Like, Bozzy, just stop and fight him. Why are you running, like? Finally, just stop and fight him. Finally doing what Hib said, taking Hib's advice.
Could have done that ages ago.
I know,
The
innit?
guy's a dickhead anyway. He could have had loads of chances to shoot him. He probably would have hesitated, see?
Look at this.
The boxing man.
Bozzy's fucking out of practice,
Oh,
mate.
no. So one of them's going up there,
It's not going to be Bozzy, sure.
obviously. If he did, he'd survive it.
Oh,
Oh, he's going as well!
as well.
He's going as well, bro! Oh, the luck of the draw. He landed on the
Of
soft land.
course.
A bouncy tackle
Of
in the back of
course.
a truck, as you do.
What a legend, bro.
Want a beer?
To be honest, bro, if someone just landed on your truck, you're like, mate, something seriously bad's happened to you, here's a beer. That was awesome. You know what? Hibs, for the one scene in the film so far, I'll give it a clap. That was cheesy as fuck, but I enjoyed
He
it.
literally said if he falls over, he'll survive it.
Yeah.
And he did.
I haven't seen him for days.
Somehow, but there we go.
You don't,
Look at
you
him
don't
just
think
turning
this
it.
is an emergency.
I don't care how soft that
My
thing
brain
was
is
in the
like
truck. You go
steak.
straight fucking
Yeah.
through it, mate. You fell from a height.
From that height,
Yeah,
fucking
what it was.
sure. Or
What
the other
did he
guys,
do?
the other guys would bounce off or
Yeah.
whatever, like.
It'd be carnage.
Here's some beer, mate.
Yeah, it'd be fucking carnage, bro. It's blood them. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't give me that shit. You
You'd
just
at
like-
least be
yeah.
like fucked up and be
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
oh,
You know what I mean?
look out. Talking of fucked up, they're actually showing his injuries finally. I need you to suck me off, replenish my
I need
health.
to get to an auction.
So that was obviously after they chased him then.
Yeah.
So was it then he got to that scene where those suits had them with the guns and then they were
So
like...
the next scene, from what I recall, is because he's gone away now.
Yeah.
He's like, because something we didn't mention earlier, right early in the film, they mentioned about saying the therapist says about his ex-girlfriend, he needs to go and do something good for her.
Yeah.
So he buys a £400 vase, which is right in the beginning of the film, which we didn't mention. He goes and buys it. He's chatting up that woman in the shop, and as he goes out, you can notice a guy being shady in it, like, what's going on? He's in his car. He looks behind. He sees the guy's holding up a shop, and as he robs it and he's coming out, he kind of comes back, and there's a funny scene where he comes up behind the guy, no gun, just his hands like that, and he goes, stop! And the guy's like, fuck. And he's like, put everything down, I'm FBI. That's right in the beginning of the film I'm bringing back, we didn't mention. And then, like, he kind of holds this guy in the back with just his fingers, and then as he's like, read me your rights and all that, he walks off and the police come and arrest the guy. Sorry, we didn't mention that, I was only bringing that back up. The ex-wife. He's buying it for his ex-wife.
Oh my god.
Did you just buy a $400 vase for your ex-wife? You're crazy, Bozzy. I usually back you up in everything, but you're crazy, mate.
Was that his attempt to, like...
Well, the
that
therapist
woman
told him, wasn't it?
Huh?
Well, I was thinking, is he only in it to chat her up? But then the therapist said do it for your wife, so your ex-wife. So, I don't know.
He
Maybe.
made that joke and none of them were just like, look.
Do you know what's the point though? Maybe because it's so valuable. He was like, oh, if I do this in front of the girl, she'll think I made the money. Yeah, he knew the guy was up to no good, bro. Is he going to ignore it? Is Bozzy going to ignore it? No way, bro. Bozzy, is he going to ignore it?
Please, freeze!
Ah, he's using his finger, bro.
Is he actually a copper?
No, he's just,
He's a mechanic.
yeah, he's
He's
just,
police free.
yeah, just freak him out. And he hasn't even got a gun, bro. He's made him drop his gun without a gun.
Sorry.
What a legend.
Now your knees. Place your hands behind your head. Listen, you have the right to remain silent.
I know that.
So you've done this before. Well, let's hear your rights then.
You want me to read me my rights?
That's what I said. Now let's hear them.
Okay. I have the right to remain silent. I have the right to an attorney. I have the right to anything I say can and will be held against me in the court of law.
Oh, he's got his
If
gun
I
out.
do not have an attorney, one will be a. I do not have the money for an attorney. One will be appointed for me.
Is
by
this
the
gonna
court of
Did
walk
law.
that really
away?
calmly.
Think.
Do it again.
I have the right. I have the right to remain silent. I have the right to an attorney. If I don't have an attorney, one will be appointed for me by the court
I mean,
of
he
law.
just left the
If I say
gun in the
anything,
car. He
it
could
will
literally have a
be
shootout
by
with the
court of
police
law.
now, mate. But yeah. So basically, if I remember right, he ends up then going back to his ex-girlfriend's place, which is why I brought up that scene. And then fucking who is there? Who we thought would died?
Oh, right, that's when it
Yep.
happens, yeah. So he ends up going back to his ex-place, but he's thinking he's going to deliver that present, which is an earlier scene in the movie, which he's buying a present for
Which I just saying about
$450.
there.
Yeah, said about that.
Yeah.
So he goes back there, and he can hear some,
So
well,
basically, like,
sex noises,
yeah,
whatever.
he
like
thinks
it's-
his ex-girl, he
like-
thinks his ex-wife is, and he says, then
So,
he goes,
yeah.
I could never make her moan like that. So he
Does
just
he actually
goes,
say that? Yeah.
yeah, because he goes something like,
didn't hear
oh,
that.
I could never make her do that. And that's why, because he was going to bail, but he was like, no way, I could never make her
So
do
he
that.
so he
So
walks
he gets
in.
a key from
yeah.
a cop, like, where it's on the same place, walks in, and what does he see, bro?
He sees Tony, who's alive from that explosion on the boat. He's actually not dead. He's alive,
Yep.
and he's dressed as in what I can only describe as Saudi Arabian attire.
Fuck this.
Was he there going to deliver the
She never
present to
moaned
his
like that for
ex-wife?
me.
That's his ex-wife. Fuck this. He's going to walk into his ex-wife getting nails, like.
Yes, baby. Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Hey!
Hey, I'm Joe. You scared me. Tony? You scared me, man.
Told you.
Tony?
He's like, good call, bro.
And he's just watching porn,
How you
bro.
like my disguise?
He like-
After that, those guys come in. I don't know where they came
Yeah, that's
from.
it. The
let's
two
see.
fucking people
Oh, they
come in.
follow him because he fucks up.
That's
so
right,
they
yeah.
follow him, and he's
Showing
like,
how
"Oh."
shit Bosworth is in
Yeah,
this
he
film
gets
because they
followed,
followed him.
yeah.
He gets
But
followed.
he is a bit of a gun bully for this. So
Yeah.
he gets followed, and then so they got the guns to him. So they start doing the bad boys arguments. This is getting to literally like so. This come
They
out.
drag
this
it
film,
out a bit though, don't they? Because we thought it was going
Oh,
to happen sooner,
ridiculous,
but then it takes
so
a
this comes out right. Yeah, this comes out in 1997, right? So Bad Boys 1 was released in
95.
1995. So
Yeah.
I'll just explain the scene to you, right? Because I think it's important to do
It's
that.
very
So
important.
Bad Boys 1, right? The first big scene, so I know this one well. I've seen it a lot of times. They're in the Ferrari. Martin Lawrence, he drops some fries in Wilson's car. He pulls over. He's pissed. He's like, you better get that shit or whatever. Like
Yeah.
he's going nuts on him. He's telling him he's got a big fucking shiny dick or something. That's what his
The
car
car
is.
looks like a
Yeah,
shiny dick.
just a big shiny dick or something like
with
that.
two balls.
Hilarious
for
scene,
passengers,
yeah.
I know.
But then two guys try jacking him because it's a nice car. So they comes up and he's like, I don't know. They're still arguing. They start
yeah.
arguing, and the guy's like, hey. You know, the guy going crazy. The other guy who's acting in or something.
He's
He's like,
trying to rob him,
yeah.
so they argue.
so, cut a long story short with that, it's a funny scene, but they do the argument scene basically, which is a trick. Just to, next thing you know, they just like, I don't know, whatever, he fucking spins around. I would say like, woos that motherfucker. We don't do that in that movie, unfortunately. It's in the
Yeah.
second one, but I don't know, he hits him, whatever, and he says a line to him, which I can't remember now, but funny scene anyway. So getting to this movie, they do the same sort
they
of thing. Right?
attempt.
So,
They attempt.
yeah, they're arguing, and well, it's obvious.
So they're
they're
arguing
doing,
like at first, couldn't it? Because when they do it in
Yeah.
a lounge, like you called it, like this is a bad boy scene. It's like, oh yeah, you're right, Turbo. They're arguing against each other to do it, and then like doing it for a while. Like, are they gonna turn it? Like, there's been like multiple opportunities. They could have turned around and given the sign. They wait till they go out by the pool, and then what happens when they go out by the pool? When they take him outside, because they're arguing for ages, and they decide to take him outside by the pool, don't they? And then that's when they're still doing it, and that's when they have that moment when they turn around, then don't they, and attack him. But
Yeah.
they don't even give each other a sign or nothing. Just
But it's
leave
like
it
it's
happen.
the start. It's the first starting argument, and then they're moving him to another place.
Yeah,
like,
to the pool.
without The pool, yeah.
And then when they
she's
do
just
the
like,
turnaround, they
Yeah.
kill the one dude. Well, they kill them both, but the one guy ends up in the pool who was trying to attack him, and then the pool's like full of blood. And the next scene is them just chilling there with beers, isn't it? Just next to the pool, full of blood, just like they haven't cleaned up the bodies. Keep in mind they're in like a neighborhood, and the neighbors haven't rang police to say they heard gunshots, none of this shit.
You trying to say we're nothing? That's right.
They're having the argument. The
What's
police.
this Bad Boys? Fuck you,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they'll,
I'd like to.
it's gonna happen, isn't it?
The Bad Boys argument with the pretend boys.
That's literally what it's gonna happen, isn't it?
Yeah, you did.
They're still doing it like.
Back of a house that's not even your home anymore. And you know why?
The perfect time for them both to just turn around now and take the like.
That's a classic Bad Boys movie trope. Literally every movie they do it.
Did they do it? Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god, they rip Bad Boys off them. With the pretend argument.
And the first Bad Boys, they came out in 95, didn't it?
Yeah,
And
they
this
literally
after.
do that at the beginning. They literally do that.
Yep.
The guy's like, hey.
Because the whole time, as soon as they started arguing, I thought like straight away they'd like be a little signal into it, but they waited. But okay.
Now you got a fat ass floater.
Look at it, the pool's covered in blood, bro. And they're just chilling with the beer like fair play.
Cop bleeding on your plants.
Again, like,
I mean, you
falls
shot.
out the sky, chilled with a beer.
They've shot.
Shoots some people in cold blood, shoots chilled with a beer.
What now, detective?
That is true, mate. They get off on massacring people, I guess.
What'd you do,
But like the
man?
fact they shot in the neighborhood,
Put
do you
that
think
shit
the
in the
neighbors would have
garage.
called the cops, and then the cops would be
Yeah.
there?
Came back tonight, all that shit was gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
But, yeah.
what happens after that scene? Because like I'm thinking, so far I was pretty good at remembering, but then they killing people there. I know the woman gets back involved then, doesn't she? If I remember right.
Yeah, I don't really know why. Is she on the boat? Do they go to the boat
They
then?
go back for some
They were on a
reason.
boat, weren't they, for ages?
For some reason, they go back to the boat. But then all I can remember
no,
then,
yeah, 'cause that-
there's loads of bullshit that happens. It's not really necessary, and then that's kind of when it gets to the end of the film, isn't it?
So yeah, the boat obviously was earlier because it explodes, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
But then, like, yeah, after that whole scene where the people tried to sabotage him, we're like, well, fuck it, these guys come for us, we need to take them out now, because it's going to be too fucking late.
Yeah, they find
And
the
then-
money, he loses the money, and
That's
they
right,
find
yeah.
it.
Because as they walk outside, that's right, as they walk outside after that, because the guy goes, hey, wait there, what day is it today? Thursday. He goes, hey, the bins are out tomorrow on Friday, so the bins are out today. That's where they've hidden it. They run to the bin, they literally take one little bag, and there's a whole fucking box here, which, like, anyone walking by would be like, why is there this massive box here? And the guy just bumps it, and it opens, so it's not even padlocked, and that's where all the money is. So it's like, mate, anyone could have got that. I was terribly done. Also, when it's bin day on a Friday, you put your bin out on the Thursday evening anyway, so what's unnormal about that? Because it gets collected on the morning on a Friday. So if bin day is Friday, you put your trash out Thursday. And it was, so that made no fucking sense.
Show me the money.
What? You can't be telling me that's where you left
Is that it?
the stash. Are you for real?
I don't believe it.
Nobody
Oh, where was it?
Just in the bin, hanging around.
there,
It's
like-
casual that anyone could have seen a big box
But
in
how
the
was
bin.
that any, like, why did they explain that?
Because he said that they don't collect the rubbish till the next day, so why is the rubbish out?
Oh, yeah.
And hey, how about that?
But sometimes people
What's up
put
with
the
that?
rubbish out the night
up with that,
before
man?
for them
It's a
to
picture.
collect the
That's
next
a
day.
Corvette pick.
We can burn
I do it all the
together,
time.
okay?
Yeah, but
If they're
what's the deal?
collecting like the bins on fucking Friday, I put them out on Thursday evening.
Well, they killed them guys for nothing, the other money.
And then guys walked past that box earlier as well.
But anyway, I think we should cut to where the ended.
To the
because
enders, yeah.
it was quite pussyfooting around, a lot of drama, shit in it, talking, random shit, didn't even
One
make
thing
sense.
before, like I
random
mentioned,
scenes.
before we get to the end, I
Go on then.
remember early on in the film, this is where we're like, what the fuck with Bozzy? When he's in a basketball scene, and he's in his little shorts.
Oh, actually, that's
like
probably the funniest
Trevor.
scene. That's quite funny scene.
He's wearing
yeah.
boots, heart-shaped little shorts, and he gets hustled and loses a game. He's fucking
It was like
terrible.
some
He's
rip-off of
terrible.
like white men can't jump, but he was terrible at
Terrible.
basketball, and he was laughing like
Terrible.
Woody Harrelson. Even on the shades on at one point, you're like, oh my god, he looks like Woody Harrelson. Like, you know, he's like trying to be Woody Harrelson. You know, so
It's embarrassing.
I'm not sure
but
what was going
he
on
gets-
in there, but
because he gets hustled. But here's a funny thing, because after like
he
it
was
goes
like a
on for
drunken
ages.
man, and I think I said at the time, he's like more like white men can't.
And
drink
that's what
or
we're saying.
something.
We think
Yeah.
there was a deleted scene before that where they got fucked, because then the next, like, he turns up, he's fine, like, you know, all dressed. And then the next scene, he's literally in a heart-shaped little trouser. He looks like Trevor on GTA 4. What, you know, like, when you switch to him and he's just in his pants and his boots. and like there's dead bodies everywhere. It's like that's what happened, like basically, and you turn up on a basketball court.
It's like Leisure Suit Larry when he goes on a piss up, like.
Great shout,
Leisure Suit Larry.
Reference, hey mate, reference award of the video, Leisure Suit Larry. And then the next scene is funny because when he does all that and he loses, it instantly cuts to him just giving money.
I'm not sure whether he lost the bet at the beginning and he had to do it in his boxer shorts, or he lost the bet at the end.
Well, look at this, bro, in his fucking pants like this. Well, I know.
Why is he playing it now?
Like, they're not shorts, mate. They're boxers, fucking.
Why is he playing
They're
his
boxers,
clothes?
like.
What's he doing that for?
Well, he's cool, isn't he, bro? Like, you know what I mean? He's got to get his knuckles
Crazy
out
him.
to show his alpha side, of course. It's a Bozzy. But like Bozzy, they were terrible shorts, man.
We might be nails, but he's shit at basketball.
Look at him, it's like
I
boots
know.
as well. He's wearing boots while he's doing that.
He's hardly Woody Harrelson, is he?
He literally looks like Trevor from GTA, bro, on one of the missions when you wake up drunk.
It's like some weird version of White Men. It's like
Yeah.
white men can't drink.
Yeah, starring Bozzy. Like, this is like they cut the scene where they're drinking and he's just like this now.
Instead of white men can't jump, white men can't
Yeah.
drink.
Look at this. He's bouncing all his shots as well. Yeah, I don't think he scored one, is he? Yeah, Bozzy.
What is Bosworth doing?
What, bro? He's let himself go a bit, man. Like his six pack, I can't see it, bro. In Stone Cold, bro, he was just constantly flexing.
So this is the night.
He's got his dad bods coming on now.
This is 97, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Did you know, right? In Bozzy's later career, do you know what he ended up doing?
He's gone, bro. What, man?
Do you know what he did with his later career?
What?
All Christian films. All his film, most of his films now is him like all Christian films with
Wow,
the good
you know
stuff.
you have to find one of them.
Oh, there's loads of them he's done. Bro, I just can't take him serious in them shorts and boots, bro.
He did score, bro. He did score.
He literally looks like he's fucking. He was on a pisser last night, lost his clothes, and he's just still going for gold. Like.
I mean, he scored once, but they've all scored about 6
Yeah,
times.
yeah, mate. What we've learned about Bozzy, he's not good at basketball.
Well, he has scored a couple.
He's fucking again. Oh, Bozzy, bro, I love you to bits, but at this stage you just need to quit
It's
and just.
embarrassing.
Yeah, I think like it's more embarrassing his fucking shorts and fucking boot look, but mate, even me and you could have done that, and we're like half his size.
80, 200.
Like
He's
a
a-
stupid cunt. He's better as well.
Are you
mate.
serious, Bozzy?
Finish with you, little man.
Stupid fucker. He's better as well.
I've never seen Bozzy be murked that much, bro. I'm really surprised. I don't know about you, but
I feel like I want to hide these girls.
he's never been murked that much in a film, has he?
I just got fucked.
Yeah.
Get your money
I've
back.
never
Sounds
seen
like you're wrong.
Bozzy degraded like that. I feel filthy watching that, bro. We just watched Bozzy get degraded.
He'll redeem himself.
Right.
Bro,
Bosworth.
I might need therapy. I don't think I can get over that. After them shorts and them boots as well. Bozzy, bro, Bozzy.
He's lost money over there.
Bro, I can't get over that. I'm serious.
Next
Like,
time he needs to come back with Woody Harrelson.
mate, if he just turned up with Woody, like that would be it. Game over. Like he would have won. Like, but mate, don't get me wrong. If it was close, he got annihilated, bro. Bozzy literally got bitched. No way, like.
Yeah,
But
nobody
yeah,
saw
I
that
only wanted to
happens.
mention
Yeah.
that when it come in, but nothing
that
else
was
to
an
mention.
amazing scene. Good call.
So the end then, basically, bro. So they're in a white stick-out car. These people are in an airport area. They're all set up. They're driving up under the shadows of planes in the daytime in a white fucking car. So it's going up, and they're literally, I don't know, about 12 meters away from them at most, but somehow sneaked up on them, and they're like, hey, that's all the shit going on there. I need to ask, bro, like, oh, not ask, sorry. How the fuck have they not seen him in a blatant white car this
Yes,
close?
he plans on flying out today.
Every character's here at this stage pretty much, ain't they, bro?
Racing then in the car. So like
Well,
another
before
bad
that,
one. Yeah.
they have the shootout, don't they? So they get out
yeah.
they get out the car, then the third party, which is never fully explained, like them SWAT people who came and tried to take the drug deal earlier, so they're all beefing against each other and fighting. So
bad ones,
fucking
though. The drug deal jumping in the car's way.
Bozzy and Tony are running up now behind the main bad guy, Brian. Yeah? Brian, am I right? Is that his name, Brian?
Brian James.
I'm right,
I mean,
Brian.
that's his real name,
So,
yeah.
they're running up behind that team, like, joining them. You're like, hold on, they're on their side now while everyone's fighting. And he goes, I'm gonna get him. He goes up to Brian and just starts punching him in the middle of, like, where his whole team are. And then, obviously, his team are like, what the fuck? And then start fighting Bozzy. Brian runs in the car to get away. And you're like, hold on, wait there. I got so many questions. So you run up with a crew. They literally, say Hibbs is Bosworth and I'm the bad guy crew. I'm here. You run up to me. Alright, carry on, nothing. And then he decides to fight my main boss. Oh, I better do something about it. Hold on, we had a problem with you a whole film. No, you should have come up when... Take him out, back of the head while you could have, and then take out the main boss and go. No. So the main boss gets away. They have a little fucking bullshit there to give the main boss a chance. Everyone's fighting each other. It's not that good of an action scene. There's some okay things.
So was I.
Ah!
He is there. He just shot someone.
Right, finally. Let's see, Hibbs. Let's see if we get a decent fucking ending to it. Let's see. Oh, I fucking hell, Bosworth. All tucked in, like. Why is he still in a tuxedo? That's terrible to be running around in fight.
That guy in the glass is very good acting for a guy there.
No, he's gone. No, look at his map here, right, again. Yeah, that was good. Look at him running up behind him now. Is he on their side now? Yeah. So he's siding...
I got right now. I got your back.
He's siding with them now?
Peekaboo, motherfucker.
Oh, what?
He's beating Brian.
Like, why did none of the other soldiers stop him when they were clearly next to them? What? This is weird, man. And then he gets into the car chase where they go after. Would you like to explain the car chase? When they're going after Brian?
Basically, like, even from that point, because you mentioned, like, so there's a shootout and a drug deal. Bad boys.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
jump
they
in
do
a
Bad
car
Boys again,
and
don't
they
they?
race
Sure.
away. Bad boys in
Yeah.
two cars. Now, obviously, in Bad Boys, normally, I think, also not normally, what actually happens is Will Smith and Martin Lawrence and some reason that woman's in the back from...
Yeah, from the
whatever
first
her
one, yeah,
name
but
is,
first
yeah.
one.
You know, the one anyway,
Yeah.
the witness, she's in the back. And they're chasing the bad guy in the car, but I think it's the other way around. So Bosworth and
Yeah.
the guy, they're racing away from Brian
Well, at
James.
one point,
the
yeah, they
corrupt
like
cop.
they're chasing after him. At one point, they get like
Yeah.
right next to him, and it's like, hold on, who's chasing who?
Well, I suppose it's not the other way around. It is a cop chasing a guy, but
So-
obviously they're making out the good guys of Brian James.
Explain what happened.
Yeah.
to how-
So Brian James is chasing them, and they're racing and racing and racing
Yeah.
and racing. And you're like thinking, well, they're gonna run. Maybe they'll do it. You know, they'll stop. There'll be like a shootout at the end. He's got a gun to the woman, something like that. No, Brian James just crashed the car, dies.
Yeah, literally. Right, and
That's
this
it.
is where I got confused because I
But
might.
it's very recurring part, by the way. Probably biggest name in the movie, if you're gonna say like 80s bigger, and a very recurring part. And they just kill him off like that, and then it's pretty much some sort of fucking drama shit. And now what we're gonna say? Go on, you can go. Whatever.
It's just
you
like
say with that.
how he
Yeah.
dies, right? Because I might have watched this wrong because I was switching off at this point. But I'm positive because they're in the quarry area. Brian James, I'll have to watch his back and I might be wrong, but I'm sure he was on top and they were at the bottom of the quarry, right? Brian James just goes out of nowhere, turns into a doll and just fucking blows up. And then, out of nowhere, they're on the top of the quarry, hanging off. I don't remember them getting in his way, skidding and hanging off the quarry. I just remember them driving down there, and then he just veers off the road and kills himself. Because I remember going, mate, they're so incompetent, the main guy killed himself. But then they're hanging off the end of a cliff all of a sudden. We might have missed that, because we might have mentally switched off.
No, that is the end. They were hanging
And
off
then
the edge, yeah.
and we're saying like you can just walk off, and then the guy just gets out the car anyway, and then he just stays in the car, and then it don't show
But they're
what
not really
happened.
hanging off the edge that much. It just
It's
make it
literally
out
about
like it
that
is.
much of their car.
Yeah.
Like it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's not worth talking about.
It's really weird. It's a stupid end. They're like,
And then the
sitting there,
compass too.
they're like on the edge of this thing. They're like Thelma and fucking Louise or some shit.
Yeah.
Just sitting in his car. And that's it, he just jumps out. Bro, are they actually copying the Bad Boys races?
95 Bad Boys, bro.
Bro,
So,
yeah, it is. This in
Yeah.
the past cars, the end Bad Boys. Like, is this actually happening? They probably do like a little gap in the wall now. Imagine that.
Well, see.
I just lose it on that surface.
I gotta
Like
be honest,
driving it
bro.
up there.
Like-
I'd spin.
How was this last action scene so boring? Like, you know, they've done the thing, they've done the car chases, they've done the shootout. Ah, look at that doll! Did you see the doll? Yeah. So basically, they only won because the guy committed suicide.
That's Brian James gone.
They only won because
doll.
the main bad guy was a fucking idiot. They didn't even cause him to do that. He accidentally killed himself. Bro, the main bad guy accidentally killed himself.
Look how fake that fire is. It looks like it's just...
I got your ass right.
You're hanging over a cliff. You know you're hanging over a cliff, mate.
What happened then? Because he got in his way and he... That editing was terrible.
Bozzy, you're hanging over a cliff, mate. You know you're hanging over a cliff. It's sad that this is the most interesting bit of the whole movie, to see what's going to happen, if he's going to, you know, jump over the windscreen, if he's going to...
It's weird, isn't it, bro?
Yeah,
Because this is like...
It's bad.
The main bad guy killed himself accidentally. And then they end... Because I didn't even see how they got in his way. I thought he was at the bottom of the cliff. He was edited so bad.
You know, I'm liking this dead shit.
They can just jump out anyway.
Yeah, like both are like, you know what I mean? Just do it.
Very careful.
Of what? They're not even hanging
go,
enough
he's
over...
fine.
That's what I'm saying. They're not even hanging enough over the edge. Like, that's what I mean.
Not even close to hanging over the edge.
But even if they jump on the windscreen, they're way too
Bozzy
front.
could open his door and just get out. Be fine.
I love you, man.
Love you? What?
It's just leaving him there to like roll down a hill, maybe. He's like, I don't want to lose my card.
I don't fucking know, mate.
Throw it up.
Yeah.
Then they're with their like girls or whatever, talking to him. And that's fucking end, isn't it?
That's pretty much it, yeah. That's pretty much it, yeah. Because Bozzy, like, says to the other guy, like, you know, you get out and get away. They think you're dead. You can get away. I'll just stay here and explain. They show a quick scene with Bozzy there with the coppers, not even worth explaining. And then, like you said, then at the end, then they're in Costa Rica or somewhere. Like, I might be wrong. Like, one place like that. And then, yeah, he's with his new girlfriend who they've both seen therapists. Again, the red flags. And then Tony's with the bird from earlier. And then, yeah, they're all together kind of like, oh, let's just enjoy, cool, and then just ends.
Yeah, so, I mean, after obviously that it's quite painful, you know, a lot of that to go through, to be honest. It's even quite painful having discussed it.
Yeah.
And tell everyone about it, if I'm honest. This is here right now, you know, and I'm
it's
thinking,
a Bozzy film. It's a Bozzy film, bro.
Because it's so bad, but, you know, because Bosworth, I am a fan of Bosworth, like, so it's disappointing to see that.
This is why.
But... usual, anyone particularly in this film, I don't think we anyone mentioned it as we were watching it, but apart from probably everyone, and did anyone annoy you?
To be honest, no, like, cause, like, as I said, man, like, it's like everyone did their part acting wise. It was just like, as
Good
you said,
film
because, it was because of the direction and the fact that, like, for an action film, it was like they tried to play the buddy comedy, and their chemistry didn't work too well. And Tony, there's so many lines he was dropping. I was like, that's just not funny.
I think he was quite annoying, actually.
Yeah, Tony was a bit annoying, to be fair, but not enough to like die. It is what it is. But no, like everyone done their part. It was just weren't directed too well. It weren't that of a great story. So all the actors did what they could. So I didn't really hate anyone. Tony annoyed me a little bit in points, but nothing offensive. But on that note, because I think we mentioned everything, and we're both going to agree with this, should we do the countdown?
Yeah, let's go for it.
3, 2, 1. Dud. It is. And it pains us because we're huge Bozzy fans. Yeah. And our first film was One Tough Bastard, aka One Man's Justice.
And we gave that slide, absolutely.
And we did. And even then, we were like, we're just giving it, like, you know? And with this one, because this was supposed to be a sequel... Or from what we've read, a sequel to Stone Cold, I can confirm no. His character is nothing like Stone Cold, not even close.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say, you know, obviously, you know, One Tough Bastard or One Man's Justice. You know, we gave him, you know, a spud. We gave him the benefit of the doubt. It was a borderline, but we gave him a spud because it was possible. But this one, like, it is definitely close to one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not joking because it was so good.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, I'm not going to say it's the worst one, but it's close to it. Even with
Bosworth, it was just boring, bro.
There was a couple of funny areas with Bosworth, but I don't think...
It's because it was so boring, bro. That's what it was. It's like, bro, like, I've showed you films in the past that, like no, are terrible.
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it's the worst movie.
It was boring, wasn't it?
It was pretty close to how boring it was. Even with Bosworth in it. He wasn't even himself.
It's the worst Bozzy film we've seen. It's the worst Bozzy film we've seen so far.
So, you know, I'm almost saying that, but I'm definitely not, because the one a few films ago that we watched was definitely the worst. And I don't think I'll ever see the
fucking vampire biker bullshit, was it?
I mean, I don't know where he finds this shit. I'm like, so, you know,
I put him through the pain. But Mate, to be honest, I don't think there's much more to add now. We do have one more Bozzy, which down the line we'll do. And the film we were going to do today, we'll do next time. I won't say much more of that. But in a beautiful way, we've got this one out the way. So the next one is going to definitely be more of an entertaining one, I reckon. For sure.
Hopefully. I think it will be. Yeah. The trailer made this look better than it was, so it was disappointing. But
when we say what it is, it's going to be one. If you know about these bad films, you're going to be like, oh, you're tackling.
oh
that.
yeah, so
It's
the other
of
one,
them.
just to give you a little hint, it's a high school one in there. Is there something to do with a high school or something?
No.
And the other one, the Bosworth.
Well, I can't remember because I showed you the trailer ages ago. I don't remember what the
I'm
other
pretty
one.
sure it's some high school.
But it is another one.
It's like a cop in a...
I don't remember what it's about. But I think it's going to be closer to one tough bastard.
We'll do that at some point anyway, but
yeah.
anyway,
yeah, I've been Maniacal Mac.
I'm Hibbs.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. Peace out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Put that in.
God, bro. This is name alone gets a reaction, doesn't it? Heart of Stone. So remember, we've got this.
What? I got what?
This is what happened with One Man Justice. Remember, we had it as One Tough Bastard, and they had it as One Man Justice. It's the same film, different name. I know.
They've done it again.
But Heart of Stone, Stone Cold. This is what I mean about the sequel.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So,
but then anytime I ask someone if they've seen Stone Cold, they go, what? And I'm just like, you've not lived. You've not lived.
yeah, but you think how many people in the world.
Yeah, and I say to them all, you've
Yeah.
not lived if you've not been Stone Cold,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I went to Disneyland. Oh, I went to the Caribbean. Oh, I went to this. Have you seen Stone Cold? Fucking doesn't compare, mate. It does not compare.
How about that?
Dude, they're not putting out a beer. They're putting out the champagne. And he got slaughtered. Like, is he mocking Bozzy?
I have no idea. He just gave money though, didn't he?
Like $1?
Would you fall off the edge of the
Because he kept the rest. He kept the whole stack and give him one note. He's mocking Bozzy, bro.
See.
Why is he walking around like someone's
A
bitch?
few things to work out.
I don't know, bro. I don't know why Bozzy's being a bitch at the moment, man. I'm not liking it.
Practicing running a few things. Big time.
Wait a minute.
You think it's scam?
Why did it take him that long to notice it was not beer?
Again, bro, I think he's still...
Let's go take
There was
a
that
shower.
deleted scene where he got fucked, and I think he's still feeling the effects of it, though.
He
Go
shrunk
outside,
it and then went,
go
oh,
park,
hang on,
get
where's
you
my
a
beer?
bag.
Like, this is not
Go
beer.
upstairs
Yeah.
and wash your ass.
fucking pretty
by
low.
yourself.
I think Bozzy's, like, not all there on
Hurry
this,
up,
don't
man.
bro?
I'm gonna show you my boat.
I'm pretty sure that he's,
Hey,
yeah, missing a gear.
Bozzy, don't let us down, mate.
need to work on our ass.
He's got his lager, but he's still keeping the fucking champagne. And he was moaning about it earlier. He still hasn't finished drinking it.
I got your little dick.
Dunbar, that name sounds familiar.
That's fucking Dead Bar from The Office. Dead Bar Industries.
Oh,
Hated it, should be Dead
Fanatic, innit? Is it Dunbar?
Oh, Dead Bar's from Fanatic as well, bro, yeah. No, Dead Bar's from Fanatic, yeah. Yeah. That's right, yeah. Hunter Dead Bar.
You were just an
This is
amazing
what it is.
Hunter Dead Bar.
Yeah, Hunter Dunbar.
We have seen it before, but I need to mention that Fanatic is a fucking fantastic film where we get all the spuds under the sun if we'd never
Yeah,
been
John
done it.
Travolta, Fanatic, absolute spud. Amazing. They don't make films, you know, it's something like from the, it feels like a thing from the past, but amazing film, like, cause
Yeah, and it came out in the last few years, and it was directed by fucking Limp Bizkit, fucking what's his name?
Fred Durst.
Fred Durst, like.
Yeah, great film.
Yeah, you need to watch it, man.
Sure.
If you've never watched Fanatic, you've missed out on life. So this is the day after that she had like a fucking rocket launcher shot at the boat she was in. She's just chilling with a cat, like she's not like going back to a therapist. Seems to got over it, right, didn't she?
Yeah, so, well, I mean,
She's not that bothered about it, like, you know what I mean? Just, yeah, just chill.
just chilling on the boat, like.
The day after, I'd be ringing her going like, oh, are you okay? Like, you know what I mean? It must have been a terrible experience. What are you doing? Oh, just chilling on the boat with a cat. Okay. Good to you, you got over it in less than 24 hours.
No shit.
Are you serious? All he done is fuck up the whole film. He didn't even nail that bird he was hugging. I've lost so much respect for him. Bro, this is a turning point when he went into the Christian films. This explains it all. He stopped being badass. He stopped being this fucking player. This is our turning point. This is a moment he found.
But it's true though, man, the 80s and the 90s were so off the book dodgy shit, like.
I don't know, bro. They were usually good.
That would not for these days.
This is...
No, I still ain't right.
You just drop all the charges, though.
I just can't get over, like, how, This is a Brian Bosworth film, bro. This is a Bozzy movie.
The worst Bozzy ever. It's so bad, like.
Bro, it's the worst Bozzy film we've seen. That's crazy.
want to. I thought it was a Predator.
I was hoping.
Maniacal Mac.